Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Before we go into the weather, though, I want to wish all our veterans a very warm and generous day today. We appreciate your service to our country, and we're going to have some special things throughout the show in honor of our veterans. We're going to close out with a very special tribute to our veterans. So we're just glad you're here. Appreciate the service you've done for our country. High today is going to be 76, and low tonight is 66. We'll have a little brief warm period, but I'm looking at the weekend, and I just checked it out. They called them for 48 Saturday of low, so it's going to warm up a little bit today, then get cold again. So be some good weather to get outdoors, and the only 0% chance of rain is what they're calling for. So Saturday's going to be a great day to be outdoors. The water temperature staying at 76 degrees, has not dropped any. Let's take a look at the river readings. Surprisingly, the Apalachicola Bluffstown, it has just dropped out really fast. It's falling fast. If you like to catfish with the trot lines and set hooks, now's the time to do it. It's really falling. It's reading this morning at a 7.7 and getting on down there. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it's staying up pretty high. It's still around, it's over 12 foot still this morning, and it's not going to drop out that fast at all obviously because no of the dams are not in that river, so you won't have them closing the gate or anything like that. So it's 12.4 this morning. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. We're looking at a low tide this morning 6:24 and a high tide at 8:55. Good strong tides this week and on into the weekend. Really strong tides. Got 2 foot ranges. The river readings are brought to us by Watson's Landing Marina and Dry Storage, about 2 minutes east of the Harrison Avenue, right there on Watson Bayou. Okay. Now the marine forecast looking at south-southeast at about 5 to 10. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and welcome to Ronnie Groom.
Good morning.
Always great to have Ronnie Groom here, owner of C&G Sporting Goods. And how's everything going down your way?
We're on the ball down there. Things are really popping.
Well, we're just talking about, we're right on the verge of, Thanksgiving, traditionally, that's when people just mentally and physically kick off a hunt season.
Right.
I think it's this tradition around here and all throughout America, really, the hunt season starting. Have you got much reports on dove season or anything? Folks doing pretty decent on dove?
Had a pretty good dove season. You know, it's kind of hard to find a place to dove hunt anymore, but we don't have enough farms and all around here. But I think we've had a pretty good dove season.
Okay, what about, let's go and touch on fishing real quick. Fall fishing, the folks down there been pretty good on fall fishing?
Yeah, fishing's been good. People don't realize how good the fall fishing is. They get into hunting, they forget about the fishing, and boy, it's good.
I say that over and over again. Some of my best fishing trips in the Christmas holidays, in between, seems like to me it's always like a little dead period during Christmas. I don't know if the deer, everybody going to sleep or what, but I take a day or two off and fish during Christmas.
You can like hunt in the morning, squirrel hunt, a deer hunt, and then when the hunting gets sort of slack in the middle of the day, you can fish, and usually it's good in the fall like this.
I know. We're right around the corner too from squirrel season opening up. A lot of folks will be camping on the river, and that's always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
When you're working with young people, I was going to ask you this the other day. We're talking about guns and everything, squirrel, a lot of people, that's the intro-level hunting is squirrel hunting.
Right.
It used to be.
Great sport, and they eat really good.
They do. Squirrel and rice. I can remember
That's
my mom
right.
cooking.
Fried squirrels.
Oh, man.
Fry the young ones.
Yeah.
Put the others in a crock pot or something.
I can remember my dad, he could always tell, the ones he threw back, he said were too tough to eat, but he didn't like to even shoot those. But the big thing on the river, like you say, you can combine your slough, get up in those sloughs, and you can squirrel hunt and fish in the same camping area. Now, do y'all have another thing, talking about cooking and all, we're just going to randomly hit a lot of different things. Fish cookers. Do y'all have some fish cookers still down there?
Yeah, we have fish fryers, and the main thing is we got the heavy metal cast iron cooking pots. And I just couldn't get, and you watch these cooking shows, all these real expensive things, they're all still using the old cast iron cooking pots.
And that tells you something, because how that dissipates that heat.
That's right. It's even heat, and some of these little aluminum things that, you know, if you don't have something liquid in there, they'll melt.
They will.
They'll burn.
They sure will.
I don't want anything aluminum to fry in, I can tell you.
Well, have you been down to Howard Creek lately?
No, I hadn't, but I'm fixing to go. I got to go down and check on my hunting spot down there and make sure everything's ready, and it should be, but I'm looking forward to it.
What about, you know, talking about hunting spots and all, what about what point in time should people be at this right before Thanksgiving? What about planting and feeding and all that?
Really, probably should be planted by now or now. I usually plant right about this time because I like to go on over into the turkey season, you know, still be growing something then. But you need to have it in the ground and let them get used to coming to it. Same way with your feeders.
Yeah, they got to get in the area. That's the big thing. And I was thinking about this the other day. I was looking at my place too. You know, we've got a center area where they always come, but a lot of times if you got some path coming in, you want to set up some ground blinds to sort of ambush them and catch them by surprise at times.
Right. You know, a lot of people just put up one stand, but you know, you need to consider the different wind directions and put a stand here and put a pop-up blind here. And main thing is be careful where you put it, you know, and particularly for your climbing stands, so that you're careful and everything. Make sure you got a safety belt on.
We're giving some away on the show this week for our 2000th giveaway. We're giving away a couple of our safety harnesses and all. But y'all have those down there?
Oh yeah, we've got all kind. We got them for youngsters too, and a lot of time people ignore youngsters, but they need a safety belt, and they need to. You need to really watch out after them.
Year after year, we still have those accidents. I know during bow season we had a lady in Southport that fallen out of stand and broken her neck. I think she's doing okay now, but
we've had people locally fall and break. One broke a back, and I know a guy broke his leg, and you know, it's very seldom does anybody get shot accidentally hunting. That accident rate is going down, and but the problem is people climbing stands and not being careful, not being prepared. And old homemade stands that's nailed to a tree that's 5 years old. You know, that's an accident waiting to happen.
You just don't do that anymore. You got to be smart in that. Speaking of 2000 show giveaway, we're getting a lot of people now sending some names in. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I get these names in because I forget if I don't do it now.
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna draw some today. We're gonna go rod and reel today and a tackle box and whatever. Sandy Rogers, Bay Point. Rick Rogers, Bay Point. Good to see you folks. Ed Sullivan, Brian Sullivan, Don Hyden, Southport, Joel King, Deer Point Lake. Good morning, Joel. Rosie King, Deer Point. Ronald Matthews, Lynn Haven, Melissa Buckwalter, Panama City Beach, and Ralph Beatty, Panama City. All those names are in the pot. So we're getting, I tell you what, we'll take a break and we're gonna come back and get ready to draw for one of those prizes. So we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. It's Ronnie Groom, and before I draw it and all, let's go ahead. I got some pictures sent in to us. I always appreciate y'all sending these pictures in because we get all kind of stuff. And first one here, let's show this big old flounders. Tommy Davis and Aaron Hill got this. They sent me the picture. Got this in a local bait. Ron, that's a good sized flounder.
That's a doormat.
I know they enjoyed getting it and also eating it. All right, let's jump over to freshwater. Sherry and Tommy Oliver. They're always getting a mess of brim down there somewhere around Howard's Creek, but they won't tell them exactly where. They
Secret spot.
That's a good spot right
yes,
there.
Sir.
Good mess of fish right there. I wanted to show you this picture here. This is what the oysters will do. You know, oysters are a filter for the water, and this is the same water taken out of that bay behind it and put in the aquarium. And you see what happens if you have oysters in it, how they filter out. And we talk about how important oysters are to a bay system. And this is a classic case of it right here. Same water, coming from the same area, and one's got oysters and one does not have oysters. So we really want to take care of our bay systems. And this last picture here, Stacy McDougal, he got a 6-pound channel cat. He was bass fishing, and he said he caught it on a June bug worm while he's bass fishing. So
you never know what you're gonna catch.
I'm telling you, he said he was fishing some docks. And he said it took him forever to get him out of the cedar trees and all. So that was 3 or 4 pictures for this morning. I got some more, but like I say, we're celebrating our 2000 show giveaway, and that Fox 28 put this on the website here, and we're doing it. Getting a lot of feedback. And Ronnie, Well, I'm gonna let you draw today. Everybody's excited about winning all these prizes, and we're gonna give away. I'll tell you what we're gonna give away, and you'll appreciate it.
Oh man, that's fine there.
That's nice, isn't it?
That's really nice.
It's a Coleman Deluxe Perfection Flow propane lantern, and these really come in handy. And if you get a chance to camp and all, these are just invaluable.
I think before we draw, we need to put my name in there.
That's what Gail said. Put our name in there. All right, here we go. Let's see who this winner's going to be.
Let's get down in the bottom down here.
All right. That's going to be Crystal Melvin up there in Fountain. Got some good viewers up there in Fountain, so we're going to put it right back here, Crystal. Got your name on it. We're going to do one more drawing. This is our last color. We got one more rod and reel. I'm going to give away later. Well, no, we got plenty of rod and reels. We're going to give away. Yeah, we got plenty. Okay. So let's give this one away today. Ronnie, draw us one more name.
One more.
Now tomorrow really going to be the big day where we give away a lot of stuff. Richard Barron for Springfield. So we've got Springfield and also Fountain covered in our drawing area, viewing area. So like I say, tomorrow be Thursday, and we're really going to give away a lot of stuff tomorrow. So that just keeps us going, and hopefully we can finish it tomorrow. If not, we're going into Friday. Still probably have some stuff for Friday to give away too. So we appreciate the viewership and all, and the sponsorship, and everything's good when it comes to that.
Everything's good.
Okay, now we got the picture. FWC sent me a notice. Or I say sent me a notice. They sent a notice out. They're having a meeting. They're having, first of all, I know you get asked this too about the hunter safety courses.
Right.
Now, listen, this is important. They're having one in all three local counties. Bay, Calhoun, and Gulf County are going to have hunter safety. All right, now here, this just came out last night. Bay County is going to be November the 20th, which is next week. That's going to be on Friday night, and November 21st will be the range portion. Okay. Now they didn't give the location. You got to go online to get the location. Mm-hmm. This is the first time they've ever sent one of these out. They did not give the location. First time ever. Now in Calhoun County, all you folks up there, there's going to be November the 14th. That's this Saturday, November 14th, and it's going to be all day long. It'll be from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So in Bay County, they're going to do a Friday night and a Saturday, a half-a-day Saturday. That's the way that's the format. They'll do a Friday night classroom and a Saturday morning range.
You can do the first part on the internet, can't you?
Yes, you can, and that's expected. You do all that paperwork on the internet. That's right. And then Gulf County, having one down in Gulf County, it's going to be the first weekend of December the 5th, and that's going to be a Saturday, first Saturday of December, and that's going to be in Weewalt. So we've got one in Panama City next week, one in Calhoun County this Saturday, and then in Gulf County at Weewalt on the first Saturday. So that covers a lot. I know how important that is.
That's really important. If you go out of state, you got to have that certificate.
And we talk about that too. How it's not just legal,
right.
Just common sense.
Right. You need to go there and learn, find out what to do, what's legal, what's not legal, how to identify. Learned all the limits, that kind of thing. It's a good program.
It is, and I've got every class I have, just a handful of students who are taking it this year to get to take it when they're younger, and they're always. I'm going to talk to them about that too, and they learn a lot. You see, what we take for granted, when we grew up, it was normal to have a dad around or an uncle or somebody.
Somebody taught you, and you were in the woods a lot more than they are now.
Yeah, and because they spend a lot of time in the woods, and our generation, we were trained by the guys who were in World War II, and they learned gun safety.
Right.
They respected those guns, and boy, I can remember if we did something wrong, my dad would really get on to us.
So much of it is oriented towards safety, like they're going to show you what poisonous snakes do, and a lot of first aid stuff. It's just really a good program.
So be sure and take advantage of it, and that's a good thing too. And we'll keep you informed too. Another thing, the FWC, they're going to hold a meeting here next week, November 18th and 19th. It's going to be open to the public. It's going to be out here on Front Beach Road at Majestic Beach Resort, 18th, 19th. Again, they did not print out the agenda. We got to go online and get the agenda, but there is a meeting. You can put it on the calendar. You have anything you want to talk about with the FWC, it'll be next week, November 18th and 19th, which will be next Wednesday and Thursday night.
If you want to make a comment at that meeting, you have to go in early and sign up, and they'll put you on the list, and you can speak, I think, for 3 minutes.
And when it's open to the public, it's got 3 minutes, and open to the public and all, And they do value public. I know when Stan was on the show, he talked about it over and over again. They do value public comments.
Right,
They
right.
really do. They're not going to do exactly what you want them to do all the time, but they will. If a lot of people talk about it, they take it into account.
At least you get to put out your 2 cents.
Okay, real quick before we close this segment out, we showed that flounder a while ago, and we're right at this is the time of year to go floundering.
Right, they're thick out there. You know, we used to catch them around the jetties, and when I was diving a lot, any of the spots offshore, the wrecks and all the flounder would gather up. I mean, I've gone down there and literally when you get 20, 30 feet off the bottom, you can see 50 flounders laying down there.
That's got to be an amazing sight to see all that.
It is, and that's some good eating. Put a little crab meat on there and broil it.
Did y'all just spear them, or how y'all used to get them?
We would just take a spear and just stick one and pull him up on the spear and stick another one. And pull him up. I've even had occasion to spear 2. They'd be laying across each other.
Yeah.
Spear 2 at one time, And boy, I just still love to eat those flounders.
Yeah, well, that's cool. All right, we're going to take our final break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back on this Veterans Day. Again, we salute our veterans and deep appreciation of all the service you've done for our country. We're going to close out this segment here with a very special presentation. But let's look at our fishing game times for today, brought to us by Mark Coward of Counts Really. Only got one time today, and it's right in the middle of the day, 11:30 to 1:30, right there. Now, that time is so important. That redfish tournament we had last Saturday was so people fished all day, but that last hour or 2 of the tournament when most of the redfish were caught. It's fascinating how everybody's pattern was the same. I'm going to talk about that on Friday morning show. We're talking about the fishing forecast. But Ronnie, let's get back to outdoor stuff, and I wanted to mention this. You're an expert on guns and all. Sighting a gun in is critical.
Yeah, it is critical. We sell tons of guns, and people come in and we mount and bore sight guns for them. But bore sighting gets you on the paper at 25 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people will come in and they'll say, well, it's set. But you use different bullets, and you gotta sight it in. You gotta fine tune a gun. Mm-hmm. And you really need a good place to shoot from. People some of them just freehand and shoot their gun and think they can sight in at 100 yards or so. But most people, and I recommend you sight in maybe dead on at 100 yards or 1 inch high at 100 yards. And because most deer in Florida killed under 50 yards, so that's not a problem. But you got to have a good place to shoot from. Mm-hmm. You can't. I know I had a friend that shot his black powder gun across the hood of his truck and burned the paint off his truck. But you need a good place to sit. You need some kind of apparatus to hold the gun steady so you can fine tune it, and you need to get somebody to shoot it that's a good shooter.
Yeah.
A lot of that's a lot of the problems people have is shooter error.
Yeah.
And different bullets will shoot different. You need to find a bullet that your gun likes. Some bullets will shoot very accurate in this gun, and they change bullets, and you won't get the same point of aim. So it's just really important to do it right. Make sure your gun is clean. I know a lot of my buddies that have never cleaned their gun to get the lead and the brass and stuff out of the barrel. And you need to take something really strong cleaner and clean it good. And once you clean it good, you need to shoot it a couple times. A gun shoots better when the barrel is a little dirty. Mm-hmm. You don't want a perfectly clean barrel. That's especially true in black powder. Uh-huh. You need to make sure the barrel is shot a couple times, and then it's not easy, and you need to get somebody that really can do it if you want to, because a lot of people don't have the skill to shoot and hold that gun. A lot of people will flinch and you got problems. So you need to get a good steady rest. I like to sit down with a rest that'll hold your gun, and you can adjust it, really fine tune it, and squeeze that trigger, and do a good job, because it makes a lot of difference. And if you're off, say at 100 yards, if you're off 2 inches, if you stretch that out to 200 yards, you're doubling that, and you get off target real quick. And sighting in it at 25 yards, if you get it dead center at 25, if you're off just a hair, when you get on out there, it's going to really move out. So, take some time, find a good place to shoot, find somebody that can shoot real well if you're not an accomplished shooter, and make sure your gun shoots good. You owe that to the game you're hunting to do a good, efficient job.
That's such a good point, too, and really it gives you that self-confidence, too, that it's on target, and that goes a long way.
Right. You need to, when I pull that trigger, I know where that bullet's going.
Yeah.
Because you can, if you shoot a lot, you'll learn that.
And it's so important, like you say, you don't get that once. It's not a once in a lifetime shot, but every now and then you get that special shot.
That's right.
It's got to be on there. You want to feel good about it, and like I say, you do owe it to everybody. And so they can, you can bore sight them and all.
Yeah, we can bore sight them and get them ready, but a lot of people come in the store with a problem the gun won't shoot, and very seldom is it a gun problem. It's usually a shooter problem or a scope or something. But even a scope, there's so many things that can go wrong that make you not hit where you want to.
All right, we're going to wrap it up, buddy. Thank you so much.
Good to be here.
Great to have you. Okay, folks, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to close out with a special presentation from Panhandle Outdoors. I want to thank you all for watching the show. I always ask you to do something good for your fellow man. Again, our salute to all of our veterans here. You have a great day, and God bless.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.